Hello, friends. Welcome. Happy Sunday or Saturday evening, depending on where you are. I'm painting my diorama. There's a lot. There's a lot to do, and we're trying to get it done for this weekend. So wish us luck. Hope you're all having a wonderful time. Hello there, Sleepy Wolfie. Welcome to the stream. I really should set up my notifications to appear and let me know. It's going well, QFX. It's going well. Johan. Hello, mate. Use the Force, Luke. Let go. Might be an opportunity for me to grab out the Squidmar airbrush on this figure and use some precision airbrushing. I don't do a lot of precision airbrushing. I mostly use my Iwata, which actually has the ability to do both large and detailed sprays, but yeah, he's a big boy. The thing with airbrushing is a lot of the skill comes from the paint dilution and experience with the brush and trigger control. So you can sort of do most of the stuff that you want with detail just by tweaking those things. You don't usually need to go to a smaller brush. Hey, thanks, Sleepy Wolfie. I was on that show. Yes, it was awesome. I usually talk about it a little bit on my streams. People want to ask questions about it, they're welcome to do so. I'll do my best to answer what I can. Indeed, the airbrush glazing is not something that requires precision work. Who on Mini Masters was best with airbrushing? Probably me. It's with no ego involved there. I just use it a lot. This one's for my diorama. I think I've got. Have I set up a photo? I think I have set up a photo. Hey, there you go. This is my next crazy diorama that I'm working on. It's sitting just there. This guy's at the front left of that picture. He's quite a prominent piece in the composition. So he needs to be quite good. I don't think that's ego. I think that is just factual. other people who use the airbrush. That's a cool question. I could probably rattle off quite a few pieces of advice, but I think the one that was most relevant for me. Yeah, look, so we got the judges were basically walking through every hour or so, and would stop at our tables and would give us feedback for the camera. But then there would be times where we would do it not with the camera, and we would just be talking, and they'd be providing advice. And I think that the biggest takeaway that I have from that is to trust your vision. Thanks, Sea Priest. As someone who's been painting for a long time, right, I know exactly what I can do, what I can't do in a given time frame. I know what's good in the way that I paint. And when you have 4 different people providing opinions over a 8-hour period on what you should do, sometimes the best thing you can do is drown out the noise and listen to your own intuition. Now, intuition comes from experience, and as I said, I've been doing this for a long time. I know exactly what I can and can't do. So when the judges would provide feedback, I would always run that through the lens of, does that align with what I want to do? Does that align with the vision that I have for this piece? And sometimes it would. Sometimes we were on the same wavelength, and other times it wouldn't. So trusting your own vision is probably the takeaway that I would have from that show. Amalia did her regular watch along of the episode, which you can see on her channel. Very funny kid. Would I have preferred a different Mini on the last episode? Yeah, I probably would have preferred literally any other Mini. Literally any other one. My style suits big figures. My style suits figures that have larger flat areas and not lots and lots of micro details. And Usharan was just all detail. Hey Mose. The other options all would have been absolutely great for me, I think. Which of course is exactly why they chose what they chose. Hey Match Fixer. I'm well, Gore the Fence. Ferenc, how are you, mate? Hey, Gary. As we're nearing the end of the Mini Masters Season 1 experience, um, I look back and I am very happy with how I represented myself and the Australian culture. I think I did a good job of exhibiting that. And I said this a little while ago on a stream. It's whenever you're in a stressful situation, you never really know how you're going to act. You never really know exactly what you're going to behave like, and we all always think the best of ourselves, that we would handle that situation, that pressure, with grace and equanimity, and yet that's not always the case. But I don't think there was really too many moments during the show where I ever felt like I acted or behaved in a way that wasn't aligned with my values and stuff. So that's nice. The second part of that would probably be because I didn't feel too stressed at any point, really. And there's been a couple of things that they've edited out, obviously, of stuff that I've said, but I definitely remember a moment where the judges came over to my table and they said, "We love coming to your table, Dino, because it's always so relaxed." And my response to them was, "Why wouldn't I be relaxed? I'm just here painting toys." And I think that sums up my experience very well. Dick Jipper. Classic Dick Jipper. I don't think I produced my best work on the show, no. I think the time constraints contributed to some of the challenges. I think the unfamiliarity with materials and equipment contributed, but I do think I produced some really cool stuff, and my favourite thing that I produced is yet to come. So stay tuned on the next episode. You have known me for a very long time, Gav, yes, and you've seen the very worst in me, and hopefully you've helped shape the better version that you see now. So. We'll see. Next week's Queensland Model Hobby Expo, mate. Trying to get this done for it. Alright, maybe we will tweak with some airbrush. Let's tweak. Let's do a little tweaking. Yeah, we'll pull out the Ultra. Actually, I don't know if it needs a clean. You probably will see me there, yes. I will be there. Let's see if this is actually going to work. Or if it needs a clean. Come on, Dino. Come on, son. Alexa, airbrush on. What's that, Moose? My what's messy? My hair's messy. Alright, that will probably be fine. This be? Classic Alexa, hey? She's a saucy minx. Come on, skinny love, just last year. Oh. Yes, it's actually it's a victim of what's that expression? Necessity is the mother of invention. We moved into a new house recently, and the setup that I had for my painting area had to change and adapt quite a lot. And so my compressor is now underneath my desk, which is not normally where it used to be. And so I found myself having to, because I use the airbrush so often, hey Sammy, I'm constantly up and down, turning it on and off, and I just went, fuck this, I'm going to turn it on with my voice. No, still at Springwood, mate. This was a year ago that this happened. So Alexa's been turning on my airbrush for a long time now. How's the new house going at Redland, mate? Redlands? My. When a moment, and I told you to be patient. Do you want to come brush my hair, Moss? You'll think about it? Hey, Shell. You got what? Alright. Oh, ow.
Oh man, you got heaps of knots.
Ow.
When do you brush this?
Every day.
That's not enough, mate. That's better.
Is it?
Slightly.
Good work.
Need a bit of makeup?
Do I need some makeup? No, I don't need makeup. You good?
See you, mate.
See you, mate. She is my pit crew. Yep. She changes my water. She brings me a glass of water. What a good egg. Aren't you, Moose?
Try to be.
Cool, man.
What's going on the top of that?
That's that chick up there, the chick on the throne. I'm going to do that soon, probably. Thanks, Insantium, yes. Another win. Bit of luck. Bit of luck, mate. Although, as I've often said, the harder I work, the luckier I get. Hey. Good one, Moss.
Good one. Is that just water?
That one's water. I got one container with cleaner and one with water. And after every colour I spray cleaner and then I spray water. Hey, paint liquor. Alexa, airbrush off.
You should do more commissions.
I should do more commissions, should I?
Yeah.
Why do you say that, Miss Moss?
Bring in the bacon, eh?
You want me to bring home bacon?
No. He's got the time. He only works part-time.
I don't do commissions.
Yes, you do.
Not often. The Squidmar brushes are pretty good. I've got two sitting here that I'm using on and off. I'm quite particular about brushes, and they're fine. I mean, I got quite used to them during filming. It was the only brushes we had to use, obviously. So I got used to them. They're pretty good. No, I talk about it on the show, I think, but it depends how much they put in, actually. I said a lot of things that they've cut out, which were fucking hilarious, but I've only ever done commissions recently of stuff that I enjoy. I don't want to turn my hobby into something that I hate. My mate Dick Chipper can talk about that. He was an incredible painter. Won multiple Golden Demons and stuff, and then he was doing commissions and he just grew to hate it. So I just like painting toys and I want to keep liking it, so I don't do a lot of commissions unless my rules for commissions are I have to like the model and I get to choose the colours and it takes as long as it takes. And if you're happy with those rules, yeah, I'll happily do a commission. No, we couldn't use our own tools. We weren't allowed to bring anything. Everything was supplied, so I was using paints that I had never used, brushes I'd never used, an airbrush I'd never used, sculpting tools that I'd never used, a chair that I'd never used on a desk that was too low. Yeah. Which is one of the things that a lot of people don't factor in to the experience, is actually just how difficult that is. He was being a pest, you know. Who the fuck wants to use their Ghoul King in their Bretonnian army? What? Well, I was very grateful because after the first day, they went and got some blocks to increase the height of my table. They weren't up and down tables, but they went and got some blocks and stuck them to the bottom of my table, so that my table was just a little bit higher, and it made a huge difference. The chair was still god awful, but at least the table, I didn't have to crouch quite as badly. So that was nice. Match Fixer, I don't generally post my models for sale anywhere. But if there's one that you like, you can just send me a message anytime on Instagram. Because everything that I paint is for sale. Except my board games models. Yeah, and I'll very openly say that I found the experience of being on the show incredibly positive and incredibly welcoming, incredibly collaborative. You know, I think they were learning just as much as we were about what the show was going to be. They were willing to take on feedback and tried to make the experience better for everyone and tried to improve the outcome and the result of the show at every instance. So it was great to be a part of, and I think you can see that improvement as the episodes go on. But yeah, everything they worked with us to try and improve. This fucking dinosaur is massive, man. I have no chance of getting this finished for next weekend. I have got more chance of getting pregnant than finishing this. You want baby Deno Moss? Is that what you want? So if it looks like on these areas that I've just painted that I've lost with my airbrush, g'day on my bike, that I've lost vibrancy, you are correct, I have. And that is a common problem that people are using the airbrush experience, is that it softens and mutes everything when they use it for the purposes of airbrush softening, which is what I do. And I can explain. It is, yeah, it's 7:35 for me. I paint most Sunday mornings. That's what I do. And we're gonna fix that. I'm gonna show you how to fix that. If I get around to it on this stream, at least. Switch to this Squidmar brush. This is the big one, size 1. Pretty good. Hey, Richard Gray. All of the very few people that are on my stream that don't follow Rich, please go follow Richard, one of the greatest miniature painters on the planet. Very kind of him to raid us humble little painters from Australia. Actually, I reckon I spent about 10 minutes the other day looking at the latest piece you posted on Instagram with the colours on the Chaos Warrior. The colour of the metal was absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely loved it. So, yeah, just the metal colour. I'm going to post a link to it right now. This one. This is just absolutely crazy. I adore it. I adore everything about it. Go follow Rich, everyone. He's a fucking baller. In my rush to get this diorama finished, I've missed a few mould lines and things, which sucks. Yeah. It's crazy inspirational. The hobby is in a very different place to where it was when I first got into it. I used to be, back in 2000, 2001, I started working at Games Workshop. Hey, Pato Potatoes. And I was there for 3 years. It was a wonderful time in my life. I had exposure to all sorts of wonderful things, including music. My friends at the shop that I made introduced me to a very different breed of music than I was used to. But one of the things that we used to do, thanks, Rich. One of the things we used to do every year was the Golden Demon entries would get posted on the staff intranet, and so we would all sit down and look over all of the entries and just adore what was done. And I've continued that experience a long time. Looking at Golden Demon entries has always been super inspiring and something I've loved. And yeah, Richard has for many years done some of the coolest work for Golden Demon. So it's crazy cool to be able to see that just by opening up Instagram. Back in the day, it was a lot harder. What is it that you've been enjoying about me on Miniature Masters, Rich? Because I have to say, I have felt like I've looked like an absolute pillock. I used to work as a store manager at the Chermside store and also the Brisbane City store. I said in our chat group with all the Miniature Masters that I liked how everyone else was portrayed, but I looked like a big goofball idiot, a big dumb idiot, just like plodding around. Just always look like I'm moving in slow motion. Bloomp, 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 bloomp. Cool dance moves. Thanks, Moss. It's true. I guess I didn't realise that was how I moved. Because I'm always very conscious of not running into other people. I don't want to hurt other people. Thank you, mate. It was a lot of work. Yes, it was a lot of work. There's a few areas in it that I would like to have had a little more time to improve, but I think it was overall a pretty good representation of how I approach miniature painting. That curveball from the judges was quite funny because one of the things that we did do, you had to plan out your projects, right? You had to think, okay, how long is it going to take me to do X, Y, Z? And if you didn't plan it out well, you would. Is this skin, or I think this is skin? Hey Mobius, yeah. If you didn't plan it out well, you would find yourself in trouble as the episodes went on. It got more important to be clear on your vision and clear on your plan. So everyone sort of got by that stage was pretty good at planning out their projects and working out how much time they're going to have. And so the judges coming in and saying, oh, by the way, I want you to do something that's probably going to take 45 minutes to do properly was a big curveball for most people. I, on the other hand, was just fucking about at that point. I was painting rocks for an hour. And so they came in and said, we need you to do a fleur-de-lis on the back. And I thought, oh yeah, cool. That'll actually give me something to do. So I did the fleur-de-lis and it was all good. But yeah, everyone else was blowing up. Thanks, Thistlebrew. I did used to do a War Machine podcast. It was called Oz Machine. I used to be one of the best War Machine players in the world. That's actually a true statement too. I made it to the Iron Gauntlet World Championships a couple of years in a row. Played in the final. Lost in very dubious circumstances. I had no idea. I had no idea that they had empty box, put nothing in there. I didn't open it. I only had it for the filming and stuff, and then they took it away, and so but that was fine. I had the colours and I had the model, so I remember when I got home back to my hotel room that night that I googled the model, and I think that was a pretty decent advantage, being able to look at the model and figure out how I was going to approach the details. But getting the figure assembled was just chef's kiss, as Mossy would say. Yeah, huge time saver. Very nice. Probably didn't need it, but it was nice. Oh, hello, Mars. Everyone should go follow Amalia as well. I'm sure most people are. She's wonderful. I streamed last night, Miles, and I said to the people that were watching last night's stream that I'm so happy at how well you've capitalised on Miniature Masters from a perspective of trying to turn this into your career. your social media is exploding, and your Patreon and your YouTube, and it makes me so happy. But one thing that I don't know, that's been commented on as much is, actually, I think your painting's exploded as well. Like, that fucking Gelger's Pust is sick. It is awesome. And I saw you started painting a little Kingdom Death girl. Beautiful. Beautiful. Easter Eye, I think it was. No, don't second guess. Just go with it, mate. It looks like it's been a lot of work. Yeah, it looks like it's been a huge amount of work. Don't know how you do it. Alright, so I'm going to grab the diorama models and show them all off now, and show you where we're at, and see if we can do it. See if we can get this done in the time frame. It's looking unlikely, let me put it that way. So the time frame I'm trying for is this weekend. Alright, so this guy he stands up the back of the piece, and he's like a little warrior guy. So obviously still a fair bit to go with him. It's feathers, bone, the sword, and a few things. That's probably... Oh, thanks, Moss. Good one, Moose. So fucking funny, mate. This guy, I like this guy. He's a little lizard man guy. Little skinky. So nothing's completed, right? What I try to do with these big projects is get everything to like 60% done, so that you have a vision of the colours and of the values, and you can then put it all on the base and look at it and figure out, okay, I need to fix this or improve this or tweak this. So just getting everyone to this level is my goal. Here is little skinky priest, same dealio. I've got two of him, actually. And we got little chameleon skink. This little cool guy. He hides up the back. He's pretty cool. Who else we got? Yeah, we got this guy standing on the cliff, sitting on the cliff. Fun guy. We got this chick. She's standing up the back as well. And then we got this Ankylosaurus guy. This dickhead. He was fun to paint. So yeah, so that's where we're at. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 models that are in various stages of completion. There are 2 models to go after I finish this giant dinosaur. This guy is the big boy. He's the one. At the end of the stream, I'll put it all together and we can have a look at how it's all looking. That's an important part. But here is the base. It's as big as my head. Bigger than my head. Yeah, I'll grab her. I'll grab the chick on the throne. So, here's the throne. This cool chick. She's my favourite. Saving her till last. I'm saving my 2 favourites till last, which is her and the Triceratops motherfucker. go with this green now. Ooh, let's try something a bit out there. Bit of lilac. Let's see how that looks. Channel my inner Amalia. Ooh. Need some magenta. So what can people get on your Patreon, Amalia? What does signing up for your Patreon get? What's your plan for it actually? What are you gonna have for people that sign up? Also, Amalia took all those photos I sent the other day and turned them into emotes. Classic. Classic. Yeah, this is the throne. This is the throne actually sits on top of this. Beautiful. So 10 people as in you're doing like one-on-one coaching with those 10 people? That's awesome. And Amalia's background and qualifications are actually in teaching, so she will be very, very good at coaching people. And speaking of, we're going to be judging the Kingdom Death Lanterns Reign Discord painting competition together. And Amalia is going to be ferocious. She's going to be super angry at people and tell them how terrible they are. It's going to be great. She very much is going to be riding it like Cleopatra, riding into Rome, waving at the peasants. Have you been watching them? That's good. No, look, I'm jesting because for me the judging experience of those streams is very much about trying to understand where people are at on their journey, and then try to work out how to talk to them about what will help them on their path. It's always tricky knowing how ruthless to be with someone when you're giving feedback. So those streams are often a really good experience in trying to understand where people are at. A lot of people have been talking about this. Actually, let me get your thoughts on these two things, Amalia. A lot of people have been talking about two things in the comments. The first is that they should have done a point system, right? And that no one should have got eliminated, and they should have done a point system. And at the end of the show, the winner is the person with the most points. I want to hear your thoughts on that. I have my own thoughts on that. And then the second one people have said is that they want to see more of the judging. I'll talk about that one first. So it's really hard, as someone who has actually live streamed judging at Crimson Brush over the last 5 years, it's really hard for people to judge effectively and also provide feedback at the same time. And I think that's what people that are wanting out of the judging stream is they think it's going to be an opportunity for them to learn more about how to be better. And judging is not really that. Judging is about determining who's the best. So when you're judging, often all you're doing is talking about the things that are bad, because you have to separate pieces, works, entries somehow, and usually the main criteria is, well, this is an element that's not bad. This is an element that's not bad, or this is an element that's awful, whereas this entry hasn't done this as badly. That's generally the criteria for separating things. That would be a very demoralizing experience for most people, to watch judges basically talk about how bad everything is on their piece. If you want feedback, I think there needs to be a separate time and place for that. And I think that the way that they've approached in the more recent shows, explaining what was good and what was bad and how they could have improved, is the right approach, rather than showing off more of the judging. Because judging is just supposed to determine who is a winner, not necessarily how that person to get better. I think a point system would be absolutely awful, personally. I think it would remove all of the excitement from the show. And I say this as someone who would probably have significantly benefited from a point system. Because I didn't really have too many misses. I didn't really do anything that was not put me near the bottom. At this point in the show, I have not ever been in the bottom. And by the same token, hey, cool, I haven't ever, up until this point anyway, I hadn't really had too many wins, but I had obviously 2 wins in a row, which is good. Go me. But I think there has been pieces from other painters that have been far, far better than anything I produced on the show, including Amalia's bust, including Aaron's goblin, anything that Carla painted ever. And so I think having it be elimination is actually way more exciting to watch, because I think what would happen is, by this time in the show, you would basically have only one person or 2 people that were any chance of winning. And most of the other people that would be there would be competing to try and not get last. And I just don't think that would have been an exciting thing to watch. Now, do I want to see more from all the artists? Absolutely. I'd love to see more work from everyone. But yeah, I don't think it would have made it a better show. It would have been a different show, you're right, Miles. Would have been different. I think Mossy just did a massive fart. Is that what you did, Moss? Are you sure? What was it? Oh, she reckons she's cleaning. All right, mate. Yeah, look, there's value in a point system, right? I think it would have been cool to give people that are excited about doing specific things, an opportunity to showcase those things. That's a good call, Miles. You should actually, I don't know if you shared that, but you should send that to Emil. Have a second unit, just filming some stuff with the other painters. That would be great. That would be actually awesome, just to see what everyone else was doing. And I don't think not using airbrush would have put him at a huge disadvantage. You can do a lot with that. You don't need to use the airbrush. I use it because I like it. I feel like I've experienced improvement over years, and so it's always nice to do something that you think you're good at. And so I like using the airbrush because I'm good at it. But yeah, you can do everything with a brush. I mean, Amalia didn't really use a brush, airbrush throughout the whole show. I don't think. I think maybe she used it once on that atmosphere episode. I think the rest of the time she didn't use it. Yep. So yeah, it's not a mandatory thing that you needed to do to proceed in the show. If you aren't good at maintaining your airbrush, it is going to cost you more time. Absolutely. Very excited for my next Kingdom Death campaign. It's been bubbling away. I wasn't planning on playing it again for a little while, but the releases from Gen Con have got me frothing. Well, that's what we've got to decide. We've got to decide what campaign we do, which nodes, all that stuff. Maybe I should let the universe decide. I should let people vote on it. Yes! I did the vignette in my last campaign, which was great. But I do think that not having the survivor models made me very unlucky. Alexa, airbrush on. You got to have the right models. I roll badly if models aren't painted. You did the vignette, didn't you? You had a go at it. Got smashed, if I remember rightly. That's exactly what's happening. Painted models are the only thing that rolls well. it is hard. I actually got crushed as well, so don't feel bad. I got absolutely poleaxed. Step 1 to having your airbrush work most of the time. After you have finished using it, run some airbrush cleaner through it and backflow. Then spray out the cleaner. Step 2, run some water through it. Backflow. Spray the water out. That will clear out 95% of all the rubbish that you get in there and stop you from having to clean it all the time. Alexa, airbrush off. Great little pro tip from the pro airbrusher over here. Well, you can still run airbrush cleaner through that. It'll work. Yeah, that's a good tip, and I have seen actually quite a few comments of people commenting on the fact that people weren't wearing masks. It was quite a large room. There was quite a lot of airflow through the room. There was actually an open door, so ventilation was good. But yeah, realistically, if you are airbrushing in your own house, you should probably use a mask a lot of the time. I do if I'm doing a lot. I have masks here in my drawer. That's one of the things I do at my job as well. EHS is a big part of my normal role. So, my real job. I used to have a cat, little Peaches. If you go back far enough on my streams, you'll meet Peach. She passed away a few years ago. She hates cuddles, hated them, absolutely despised them. So it's nice. It's not my title. Actually, JC Painting. He's an EHS. He's got a company that's all about EHS safety. He's a great painter as well. But yeah, no, my role is partially to do with safety and partially to do with other things. That is extremely rare, yes. Peach used to come and see me when she wanted food, and then when she got what she wanted, she would leave. Sounds like my girlfriend, actually. Alright, it's time to get some bones. How's Mikkel enjoying your newfound fame, Miles? Oh, amazing. Yeah, I saw you were going to both with Natalia. SMC is just like really special to me. I had such a wonderful time there, and that was the first international event that I won a medal at, and it is a wonderful memory. It's so cool. I'm sure you'll get to see Andy. Andy goes every year, so I'm sure you'll love catching up with Andy again. SMC is great because it's all just in the one venue, and so you can get away. Yeah, I hope to come back to at some point. I actually think the next trip I'll do is I'm gonna try and do Gen Con. I really want to go to Gen Con and watch all the KDM legends. So I think I'll try to go to America, Gen Con, visit Verco's. We'll see, maybe try and do a class there. Maybe. Of course he'll want to see you. He loves you, mate. We all love you. Kangaroo thing was classic. This guy's got so many horns. Very horny. I'm horny tonight. So horny. Horny tonight. Is it not an appropriate song, Moss? Look at all his horns, though. Yeah. He's got so many horns. Why did you think I was singing that song? Me? Hell yeah, how'd you know? Why don't you come out here and talk to everyone? We're gonna do a hey Gary, we're gonna do a watch along stream, aren't we, you and I? Like Amalia's doing with Miniature Masters. We're gonna go and watch episode 1. And you're gonna share your thoughts, aren't you, Moose? Lock it in, Eddie. We're doing it today. Today. You heard it here first. Mossy's first appearance on camera. She's been too chicken shit to come on any of my other ones, haven't you? We did a painting stream together a few months ago, and she was afraid to come on camera. But she said some funny shit. Kept talking about, what did you keep talking about? Look at the texture. Look at the contrast. Quantity over quality. When are we doing it, Moss? Today? Are we live streaming it, or are we just going to record it so that I can edit out your swearing? Recorded and edited. Apparently I'm not allowed to live stream Mossy because she'll spend all time calling me a fuckwit, probably. That's not allowed, Moss. I'm not sure what I'll talk about when we're watching the show. Hopefully it'll be interesting. But what did you find, Amali, when you were doing your watch-alongs? Did you find it a struggle to think of things to say, or did you find it difficult to not say things? You're not allowed to say, mate. Told you to be patient. Hey, Walters! Yeah, diorama's coming along okay, mate. We're still in the grind right now. This is how the dioramas tend to go, right? You start out here just with planning, and then you get very excited and you throw yourself into it, and then you stay at this peak for a little while, and then you start to realise, oh, there's a lot of work, and then usually you'll do something cool and you'll go back up, and then there's a lot of work, and then there's a lot of work, and then you end up sort of about here for most of the diorama where it's just fucking hard work. And then as the finish line comes in, you start to get more and more excited, and then generally the finish line gets closer and closer, and you go like this, and then something breaks and you go back down here. But then at the end, you get back up to here and you finish strong, and that's where you end up. That's what it's like. So finding a way to stay motivated during this period is the key. I've already started planning the next diorama. It's going to be an orc tribe. I've got heaps of cool models for it already. It's going to be awesome. I think the very first big diorama I did was during COVID. The big one was Camelot. It was the most ambitious thing I'd ever attempted, and I remember the reason that I was able to work through all of it was because I felt like I was doing 5 different projects. I didn't feel like I was doing one. If you haven't seen Camelot, I'll show you now, and I'll explain. Here's Camelot. It's very good. I like it. Wait for the light up the top. Look at the top of the video, you'll see a light appear, because I pushed the light down there, it was. So you could see inside the tomb. the hobby definitely had a big uptick around that time. So yeah, you can see there's 5 different scenes basically. So each scene had a couple of models and just a very different atmosphere, very different color palettes. So anytime I felt like I was struggling, I would just switch to another scene and it would feel like I was starting a new project. But when I reached the end of that, I remember looking back and just going, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I actually finished that project. And ever since then, there's always been an element of, well, if I can finish that, I can finish anything. So I just find a way. I talked about this a little bit in my video. I did a video on the Dance Macabre, which is my last big diorama. Skeletons attacking a church. I talked about motivation in that a little bit because I basically stopped that for about a half a year. I didn't work on it at all. And I had a lot of real world reasons, like I was made redundant at my job. We moved house. My eyesight was contributing, even though at the time I didn't really factor that in to the video. So the thing I always keep in mind with my hobby, with what I do, is this is just... Are you going, Moose? Ah, cool. This is just something I do for fun. I just have a cool hobby that I like to paint cool toys, and I don't have any obligations, I don't have any requirements to do it as a job. And so I just get to paint when I love it. And sometimes I don't love it, and that's okay. Because this hobby's been a constant in my life for my whole life. Fucking idiot, Dano. So I know I'll come back to it. And I'll come back to it when I feel the passion and the excitement and the joy. I think people feel a self-imposed pressure to do something, to finish something. Yeah, well, when you can enjoy the fact that you're just painting and not enjoy the result that you're creating, that's when you'll start to do your favourite stuff. Result's good, outcome's good, but painting stuff because you're excited about painting stuff is usually when you'll start to create your best pieces. In my experience, it's different for everyone. But I say this to Dave, my friend Dave Colwell, all the time. I can tell when he's not enjoyed a piece, like when he's just pushed through and struggled through and ended with a final result. I feel like I can tell in his works, and I've never been wrong. I've been like, Dave, you didn't enjoy painting this one. And he's like, fuck, you always know, man. And I'm like, yep. Because I think it comes across. I think a part of that comes across during what you're doing, and that's it. Is that skin? It is fucking skin, you dickhead, Dano. Ankylosaurus. Who's a dinosaur fan? I love dinosaurs. I saw Jurassic Park at the theatre when I was 9. What year did Jurassic Park come out, Moss? Can you look that up for me? Was it 96? I feel like it was maybe earlier than that. 93. I was 10 years old. I went and saw Jurassic Park at the theatre when I was 10 years old. My dad took me and he said, "Are you sure you want to go? It's supposed to be scary." And I said, "Let's go, Dad." And so we went and watched Jurassic Park at the theatre. And it was awesome. I love dinosaurs. Probably a good call not to be allowed to see it at age 5. Probably a good call. I think it was PG-13 plus was the rating on that movie. So you had to have a parent or guardian to be able to watch it. I did see The Land Before Time as a kid. Little Ducky. How good. Yeah, I love dinosaurs. So this project is not just a love letter to lizard men from Warhammer. It's also a love letter to dinosaurs that I love. What? Big Dino? Well, this is called the Big Dino Dinorama. How come you're not a subscriber yet, Moss? Don't you want to support your boyfriend and his habits? Nothing. Just the same shit. You can just use emotes. Jaws would have been a bit much for me. I still probably am not super keen on sharks as a general rule. Snakes don't really bother me. Spiders don't really bother me. You get used to them. But sharks, yeah, they're a bit scary. Because the thing is, you don't ever see a shark walking down the street and fucking punching someone in the mouth. You only ever see sharks when you go into their territory. So I don't like that. Oh, I think I'm going to have to acknowledge that the dream is over. And now, don't dream it's over. And now, when the world comes in, let it come, let it come. See the war between us, you know they won't win. I'm just extremely unlikely to finish this in the time frame. Extremely unlikely. Yeah, I don't know. Mossy feels differently, I think, to me, but snakes don't really concern me. We just get so used to snakes and spiders and stuff that They're just a normal part of life, really. Exactly, Gary. They're little deadly fuckers, man. I told you to be patient. Alright, any predictions for the next episode of Mini Masters? What do you think we're going to do? Down to the final 4. I can't remember if I dance again. I maybe do. I actually did quite a bit of dancing. Paint one of the other contestants. Certainly a possibility. I'm going to give you a sneak peek. Are you sure, QFX? Are you sure? I've got a sneak peek photo for you. Don't worry, it doesn't reveal anything. This is us in the trailer, the final 4. Very exciting. Let me see what else I've got I can show. Here's the judges' outfits for the day. What else have I got that I can show? I don't think I can show anything else from that episode. Well, QFX, I can't say the answer to that question, but that certainly would be the most logical outcome at this point in time. Wouldn't it? No, I fucked up. Vehicle? Good suggestion. Reefer Titan in 3 hours. That would be unfair to everyone but me. More rocks? One can only hope. I do paint a lot more rocks in the next one. Yeah, unfortunately, and we didn't get to paint any Kingdom Death on the show. I would have loved to. Gnarly and I talked about it a fair bit, but we didn't get to paint any Kingdom Death. Oopses. Could be big old diorama time. In the beautiful cupboard of toys and everything, there was obviously the Squidmar range. Andy had some Cult of Paint figures in there. There was some Zaba art figures in there, which is cool. I think Zaba art stuff is absolutely wild. And I was very close to picking one in that atmosphere challenge. I think it would have been fun. What else was in there? Zaba, Hera, Cult of Paint, Squidmar. See you, Miles. Or as you revealed to everyone the other day, see you, Inga. Oh, Zaba is ridiculous. The guy who does Zaba figures, his name's Lucas Zaba. What a champion. So a long time ago, I reckon 4 years ago, Andy Bucks and I were on stream. We were chatting about our top 10 miniature painters of all time. Who are the top 10? Right? And obviously we've got, the Mark Maskelins, the Kirrills, Roman Leparts, Michael Land Pizarski. And I said, Zaba. And he's like, what do you mean? why Zaba? And I was like, there is no one who is doing stuff the way that he's doing. It is wild how unique and creative and recognizable Zaba's style is. It's unbelievable. And anyway, Bucks ended up coming around a few months later. He's like, "Yep, I'm with you." He is a crazy, crazy artist. Used a lot of oils in his painting. Not something I've ever done. I've done oils, but I've not incorporated them into my workflow very much. Yeah, that would be the thing that I would say is, for me, his most impressive ability attribute is how well he renders different material textures. Everything has a very unique vibe, and you can go and have a look at that big, what was it, the big oxen guy. Wow. I think he won a might have won best in show at SMC actually a few years ago with it. The big oxen. It's just crazy. I think so. Yeah. Crazy dude. And I think, like, this is one of the coolest things about Miniature Masters, for me anyway, is the exposure that we're giving to miniature painting as a hobby, as a craft, as an art form. You know, there are people out there that are doing absolutely incredible things, really wild stuff that probably the majority of miniature painters don't know anything about. Just have never heard of. And yet through the show, people are getting to meet not just the people on the show, but, you know, by virtue of, as an example right here, here's me talking about Zaba and opening up his craft to, hopefully, a lot more people. Which is awesome. Makes me happy. Because I have, for a long time, just been a huge fan of the hobby. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I've had lots of really lovely messages from a lot of people that have said that they're getting into the hobby and they've been really motivated and inspired by the show, and that's exactly what I was hoping would happen. One of the reasons that I wanted to be involved was just because I thought, you know, this would be great to promote this hobby that I've loved. And yeah, there's so many cool people out there doing cool stuff. I mean, on Twitch, if you don't follow on Twitch, Miniature Den, phew, that guy's a freaking animal, doing absolutely unbelievable stuff. Miniatures Den. That's his name. Yeah. Mossy doing some mod work. What a legend. This is why we pay you the big bucks, eh? Lucas Zaba. You can get his Instagram up. I think it's Zaba Art. Zaba. Yeah, the amount of cool painters out there that are not that well known, it's crazy. So yeah, I hope that Mini Masters helps introduce a lot of people to cool new artists in this hobby and cool new ways to approach the hobby. He's crazy, man. Zaba is crazy. I remember seeing his box arts at SMC, and yeah, it blows your mind. But I felt that way about so many things. Going to a big show like SMC, Monty, and seeing the craft in its purest form, and not just on a TV show or a YouTube or an Instagram. Seeing the actual physical models, it's just unbelievable. There is nothing more inspiring and more horrifying at the same time is seeing the art in real life and realizing what people are capable of. It's crazy. Hey, Cindy. Alright, Cindy, we're going to do something just for you so you can get yourself on camera. We're going to turn this camera around so we can put the diorama together. How do you feel about that, Cindy? You excited? Let's turn the camera around, sweet girl. Alright? That's me. Nice legs. Thanks, Moss. Mossy never looks at my miniatures and says unbelievable work. She always looks at them and goes, I don't like that. She says, that's shithouse. Cindy! Hey, sweet girl. Hey. Come here. Come here. Come over here. Hey. Why can't we see your head, Cindy? Can you come here? Come to my hand. There you go. Sweet girl. Don't chew the diorama again, you dickhead. There's the cleaning products in the background because our kitchen's getting fucking worked on. Alright, here's the diorama. You can all see it. This is what it looks like. Let's start putting peeps on the base. Where was the moment? It is a lot of diorama. It's a lot of diorama. Got a whole lot of love. Got a whole lot of love. Where's this little guy go? Here? I feel like I've drilled this hole like 4 times. That'll do. Where is your fucking hole, dickhead? Alright, we'll just put the skinky down there, because these little guys have their own holes drilled somewhere. There's that one. We'll take the, why is it? It feels like the white balance is way off, hey? Hang on. Oh, fucking hell, Denner. That's not a good move from you. Oh, fuck. Alright. There we go. That's looking a bit better. This little dickhead. This little wanker. No, what a fuckwit you are, Dano. His pin fell out. That's where he goes. Fuck you, idiot. You don't even go on now. You can just get fucked. What? Your language? Where's this fucking hole? Out, man. What's up?
Seeing what Cindy's doing.
What's Cindy doing? Wrong hole. Yeah, Mossy. Oh, Cindy's in the background. Hey, sweetie. Hey. You sweet baby. I'll turn off this
Paint palette.
yeah, wet palette. How did you know? Alright, who else we got painted? Yeah, I got another guy up there, and then we got this dickhead.
You want to get early on to stream too?
You want to get Ellie?
Yeah.
All right.
Ellie, come here. Come on, photo. Stream.
No, Ellie's not interested. Just little Cindy. Just little Cindy. Alright, and then I got another guy pulling water. Pouring blood. What do you think, Cindy? Do you like it? Do you like it?
There's a pretty one on there.
Get the pretty one. Which one's the pretty one? Oh, the dog.
The pretty white dog.
Ellie. Come here. Hey. This is Ellie. This is Cindy. Hey.
The white one's the prettier one.
Is it?
They're prettier than your dinosaurs.
You're very, very unkind too. Don't eat that, Cindy. Cindy! You can't do that. Hey, Ellie. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
Imagine if they ate dinosaurs.
Yeah, we don't want you to eat the dinosaur, okay, Cindy? Hey, you want more pats? Cindy, I see you. I see you looking at that diorama and thinking that's tasty. Alright, and then the last piece of the diorama, do you want to grab it out, Moss? It's the Triceratops up there.
No.
Why not?
You'll see me.
Oh, hell yeah, I'll see you. You getting dressed or what?
Yeah, I'll go.
Well, there's actually two more pieces, but one of them's not getting done. Well, they might not. Maybe I'll have to start this guy now. So this guy goes here. You can barely see him, but there you go. And then the Triceratops, he goes here. Alright, well let's have a look at the piece now. And see how I feel about it. I might take this out so we can have a bit of a closer look. Okay, so this chick's up here, and that area is pretty cool. I think it'd be cool to have more of these vines up here. What colour do I want to do these gem things? I'm not sure. So yeah, this guy's standing here. He's fine. He's a fair way off. The Queen's here. So she's all good. This guy's fine. He's sort of standing here. We're going to have pools of blood in those things. Just broadly speaking, I do feel like something is missing here. So one of the things, am I going to be able to do this? One of the things I think about when I'm looking at dioramas, hey, frost is like how visible every model is from the various angles you see. And this is like a frontal angle, and you can see most people are visible. If I move this guy, he sits a bit down. Yeah, we've got this guy visible, this guy, this chick up here, this guy up here, yes, 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 yes. So you want to be able to sort of see everyone. The little chameleon skink, obviously not, but he's back here. And I told you to be patient, and I told you to be kind. Taking a photo. Alright, well, that's where we're going to finish up stream today. I might actually be back tonight, streaming tonight. Because I'm trying to paint this stuff. But I'm not sure. Harumphenstein, none of these are actually Games Workshop models. These are all figures from a brand called Aradia, and they're all a little sort of collection within their thing called the Lost World. So they're all like Lizardmen figures and Lizardmen themed, which is why I put them all together. But yeah, none of them Games Workshop. I'm not sure how wide the base is. Here is a 30cm ruler. So it's probably about 15 inches across, maybe 16, and then it's probably about the same high. It'll be, Gary, that'll start streaming probably about 9 hours from now. 9 plus 9, 18, yep. About 9 hours from now, 6:30, I'll probably stream again, some more painting. It'd be cool to try. I'm trying to get this done for next weekend, this coming weekend. I reckon it's unlikely, but I'll try. I'm going to try, and try my darndest. And, yeah. But I think the piece is looking okay. I think probably the areas that I see as needing improvement is maybe not really worth investing time in. The issue at the moment that I have is that it's all a bit too high value. So I think I need to add some darker elements. But yeah. Alright, coolio. Have an amazing Sunday or Saturday evening if that's where you are. And I'll catch you all again soon. We should probably raid someone. Let's go find someone to raid. I haven't done a raid in a long time, and everyone raids me, and it's very nice of them. So let's find someone we can raid. Cindy! Pun expected is about to start. Cindy! Come here! Cindy, come here! Sorry. Emma's about to leave, and the dog Cindy's bad. Cindy! Come here! Cindy! Alright, I'm gonna go get Cindy. We'll raid in a second. Cindy! Come here. Hey. Hey. Good girl. Good girl. See you, Moose. Alright, we got Cindy. Okay, let's find someone to raid. 2 classic Garys right there. 2 Gary friends. Yeah, Pun Expected is painting a goat. So that's fine. We got anyone else? Miniatures and models. Arachius Meyer. Nope, they're on stream. Who is... anyone got any recommendations for miniature painters that are doing things that I should raid?
Get your ass over here! Welcome in, by the way.
Squeaker Bop or Squeaker Boop is doing miniature painting. Painty Paint Paints.
I'm around. Not exactly comfortable. It fucking sucks.
This guy looks cool.
That being said, I didn't have any pain during the entire ordeal. It was just a lot of fucking discomfort.
Where's KTLO who?
Swelling went from
KT
above the elbow all the way down to the base
L
of my hand.
Lou who?
Oh yeah. Fuck.
Alright, let's go. KT Lou who? I do like horsies. Let's raid her.
New design.
Alright. I just got to remember how to do that. I think I do that from here. There we go. Raid channel. Start raid. Perfect. Well, thank you all. Have an amazing rest of your day. I'll be back tonight, as I said. Enjoy. See you then.